Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon will need to work together if they hope to save Gotham from the series of cyber attacks that have been gripping Blüdhaven. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into Nightwing Annual issue number 1 and find out. Alrighty then, everybody, so this is Benjamin Percy's first Nightwing Annual. However, it's not a standalone story like a lot of annuals are. In fact, it's a continuation of what's been going on in Nightwing currently. As we join the comic, Batgirl is doing a little superhero surgery, oops, don't touch the sides, to try and get the phantasm projector out of Dick's body. With that Achilles heel taken care of, it's up to our heroes to head on over to Gotham, where Worm, the sentient virus that's been holding Blüdhaven in its grip, has planned to hit next. Now, unlike Batman in this situation, who might go around busting heads and yelling at people, Nightwing decides to do something oh so very Dick Grayson. He thinks outside the box, and because he's dealing with a foe who deals in information, he decides to go to Vicki Vale for help at the paper. Dick starts flirting with Vicki almost instantly, and why yes, Vicki totally did date Bruce in the past, and why yes, Dick is aware of that, and he thinks it makes the whole situation even kinkier. Oh my, there is not enough panel real estate to fully unpack this situation right here, right now. Unfortunately, as we discover, the Gotham Gazette has already been compromised by one of Worm's shape-shifting robots, you know, the blank ones from Westworld. Now, if you'll recall, Worm had talked about his cyber attacks in Blüdhaven as all just being a beta test. His real goal is what he's planning to do here in Gotham, and believe it or not, it has nothing to do with stealing secrets. Instead, what Worm wants to do is gain control over all news outlets in Gotham City and replace the trusted journalist with, well, basically a horrifying blonde monster woman in a human suit. Oh no, it's even more supervillainous and culter. You know, I don't actually watch Fox News. I feel like I could have put any Fox News woman here and this joke would have worked exactly the same. As we discover, it's not even just the traditional mass media that Worm is after. He even has his eyes set on smaller message delivery systems like graffiti, sending out a legion of robots to cover those as well. This is where Nightwing comes in. He desperately wants to find out where the evil blonde woman has set up shop, but this is difficult because he doesn't even know if she's real or just another computer program. Luckily, Batgirl is much better equipped for these kinds of situations. In fact, she's even brought in a brand new mobile command center for her and Dick to use. It's here too Nightwing mentions how much he is kind of falling for Batgirl all over again, their new rekindled romance being kind of a real undercurrent of this Benjamin Percy run. Oh sure, he'll still flirt with Vicki Vale on the sly and everything, but at the end of the day, he'll never love anyone the way he loves Barbara. Aww. Now all this clashing and trying to undermine Worm's giant evil mass media juggernaut has its repercussions. Mainly the news starts to turn against Nightwing with a bunch of deepfakes, which is not made up comic book science fiction, it's actual real things. I'm personally a fan of Nightwing punching this nun while drinking. Nightwing manages to track all of this back to the evil studio, and they get ready for their big showdown. Dick actually has a pretty nice speech talking about Dan Rather, how there was a time when he was the most trusted person in the world. Not a religious leader, not a political leader, just a guy reading the news. The famous newsman would end all of his broadcasts by saying, "And that's the way it was," and you would believe it because he would have no reason to lie to you. Being trustworthy was one of his greatest virtues. Now, in this modern technological age, things couldn't be more different. People feel like they're living on completely different planets because they read and absorb completely different sets of news. And this is exactly what Worm and the other viruses are playing into. In fact, the blonde woman reveals herself to be Worm's top lieutenant, Vire. Vire says that back in the day, people were all brought together by the news because they all shared the same underlying ideals of what the truth was, but now things are completely different. People are free to make up their own alternative facts. They feel like they're getting lied to all the time, and when no one believes the truth anymore, it's the perfect time for the viruses to come in and take whatever they want. And it's a good thing too that Nightwing was able to get Verve to go on that big villainous speech about how everyone is stupid but them. He ended up pulling that old classic movie gambit where you get the bad guy to talk while you're secretly recording them and showing it to the world. But while the evil news megacorp might be crumbling all around Vire and her boss, the real threat isn't over yet. We still got one more issue of this story, and oh no, the viruses kidnapped Batgirl and Willem. And unless Nightwing does the machine's bidding, they'll both be killed. Oh no. And so that was Nightwing Annual issue number 1, everybody, and overall it was pretty decent. I don't exactly know if this storyline that's going right now necessarily needed a big extra length annual issue. But we got it, and it's clear that Benjamin Percy feels very strongly about this material. The last little exchange between Nightwing defending the good parts about the media and the Fifth Estate and all that stuff was good, real good. In fact, it was damn near profound there for a little bit, but I don't know if I truly believed all of it coming out of the mouth of Dick Grayson. Now, if this was a Superman story, where Clark Kent is legit a journalist and has been for 75 years, I think those words would have rung much truer. I do appreciate Percy continuing to take time out of his story to really concentrate on Dick Grayson's love life. After all, who he's dating has always been such a huge part of his character. I'm still not really being blown away by the villains. Worm is a cool idea. Vire seemed a little derivative. I kinda think that, you know, maybe they're out of tricks before the stories even come to a proper close. Overall, though, I'd feel comfortable giving this one a 7 out of 10. I'm Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, you know what? If you're in the market for a good comic book trade, might I recommend using my link down in the description? That's right, through Book Depository, not only will you get an amazing deal and not have to pay for shipping and handling, but anything you buy via my Book Depository link actually goes to support me and the channel. So you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you for watching, and I will be continuing to make comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye.